What's up, everybody? Stocking Surfer here, your favorite YouTube stacker, back with another awesome video. You guys know where I'm at. I'm not even going to tell you. But I haven't been down here for, I don't know, it feels like a month. And we got some surfers down here, so I thought we would go down, take a peek, and chat for a minute here about what's going on in the market and what's happening in the world a little bit. Stacking Surfer, the life not become your best friend. Balances in your bank instead. I've been putting out videos on gold and silver education, so more of those will be coming out soon. I've also had some videos from my experiences at the coin shows, as well as some great interviews about pre-33 gold, trading out a gold St. Gaudens for a silver Greek coin. That was crazy, wasn't it? Was I crazy on that one? I don't know. I think I worked that out pretty good. I think everybody got a good deal on that one. And now I got a really cool Greek coin. And then I've had a lot of videos going on with Nick from Nick's Coins, so that's been pretty fun. So anyway, hopefully you guys are enjoying these shows and that I'm doing with Nick, and also the videos that I've got going here. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that. So what I wanted to talk to you about briefly is what's going on in the market. Should you be buying gold? Should you be buying silver? Okay. And the answer is yes and no. First off, if you have silver and gold that you purchased for much higher and you'd like to take a loss, it might be good to sell some of it. Now, I can't give you financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor, but I can coach you a little bit on that. And I would recommend calling up your CPA and talking to your CPA about being able to take some losses from your metal sales if you have income to offset those losses. And for me, that's something that I do. So check this out. We got some surfers down here. Waves are not huge, but they look okay. To kind of have a little fun. Let's see if anybody's gonna catch one of these here. No, they're waiting. We'll come back. So, why would I say that? Well, dollar cost average up and dollar cost average down, guys. So if you can be buying metals, if you can buy coins anywhere from the $25 to $27 range right now for silver, and if you can get gold closer to say under $2,000, I think it's a good buy. And if you can do that, I don't see the problem in selling some of your metals if you can sell them higher. Even if you can't and you bought them higher, you'll take a loss. You'll be able to make up some of that loss on taxes if you need to. If you don't need to, hold it. Just hold it. In that case, I say keep buying, do your dollar cost average, set a goal, and usually when you do that, you're going to be in pretty good shape. I like to look at a weekly purchasing scheme if you can do it. So for me, I usually go to either some auctions or work with some local friends so I can avoid the sales tax. And it usually works out pretty well for me. So on a weekly basis, I like to do dollar cost averaging for silver. And that can be anywhere from an ounce to a couple ounces at a time that I do it. Just depends on what budget I'm following and you know, if I've sold anything recently that I want to take the money and put it into something different. The other thing that I do with gold is that's usually more of like a monthly dollar cost average that I do with gold. But right now, I have not been buying gold. I've been selling gold. And that may sound a little odd to you guys, but I'm a little bit more capitalized on gold than I want to be at the moment based on my portfolio, so I'm reevaluating it. And I've been selling some of that so I can have some more liquidity and more cash. And, you know, that happens from time to time. I ended up having to but I ended up having to use most of my cash for unexpected circumstances. And yes, I did have an emergency fund, and it all got wiped out. So when your emergency fund gets wiped out, you got to replenish. Yes, you got to do that. And that's what these metals are here for. Now, I don't think your whole portfolio should be gold and silver, by the way, and I don't know that anybody recommends that. But what I do recommend is having, in my opinion, I'm always going to have at least 10% in precious metals, and there is a high probability that I'll have 20% minimum when you're looking at more uncertain times like we are today. For me, I've been higher than that because I don't have a real estate project to put my money into. I don't have a business to put my money into at the moment. I sold my business. And so right now, I'd rather hold it into gold than just have it all sitting in cash at the bank. You guys have heard me talk about, I think there's a lot of risk in having cash in the bank. And so that's something that I would not recommend doing right now, except for your operating capital. So I like to keep some cash out of there, but I also like to keep it in gold and silver. So, the other thing that I've been contemplating about doing and trying to see how it would work is buying gold at the beginning of the year, let's say maybe at the end of the year, Black Friday, holding onto that gold for property taxes at the end of the next year and selling it. And that's something I'm going to kind of experiment with and see how it would work. I did a little bit of that already this year, this last weekend, selling some gold at the Arcadia coin show. I'm at the end of the pier here, by the way. So I'm going to give you guys just a cool view out here. Look at this panoramic view. It's kind of fun. I just had to come out here and get a little walk in. And yes, I'm all fancy dressed up today because, let's see if I can move this over here. I need to switch hands. I'm all fancy dressed up because I was out of the business lunch. So, all right, you guys have never, I don't think I've ever done this in my left hand. So there you go. I'm gonna have to get used to that a little bit. So anyway, what I have been doing is playing around with some different ideas, trying to figure out how gold and silver can best fit in my life, and so that's something I've done. I have been thinking more recently about starting to buy Silver Eagles again. My number for Silver Eagles really is anything that's under $27 or at 27 is where I start to get really interested in the Silver Eagles. And so I've heard of a few places having some prices around that I can get, but I think it was still a little bit higher than that. So I'm kind of waiting for it to get a little lower. And I can tell you that once it hits $25, okay, and I do think it's still going to hit $25. I don't think we've seen the lows for gold and silver yet. I know a lot of people are saying the lows are already in, but I think we're going to have some rocky days, and I think we're going to see the Fed increase interest rates more. And as the Fed's increasing interest rates more, I think we are going to see the prices come down because there's going to be some pressure on the paper spot price. So, with that said, I'm looking for $25 silver for Silver Eagles. If I can get that, I will probably back up the truck and pick up a lot. I like Eagles more than any of the other coins that are out there. I know a lot of people are Libertad people or Maple Leafs, but Eagles are my favorite to stack, okay? Not necessarily my favoriteest coin out there. I have a lot of cool coins that I like. So that's one thing I'm looking at right now. Another thing is, looking at the gold. As I go to repurchase gold, when I decide to do some more gold purchasing, I think I'm going to be doing more of the 10th ounce sizes and possibly the quarter ounce size as well. It just depends on where the budget's at. But I'm starting to like the fractional a little bit more because if we have gold do what some of the analysts are saying and just other influencers, and we start to see gold going up to $2,700, $3,700, as Robert Kiyosaki just said the last couple days, maybe it was yesterday. I don't necessarily want to sell $3,700 worth of gold if I just have an ounce. I might want to sell a fraction of that, but still take advantage of those increases. And from my experience, the 10th ounces do tend to hold their premiums pretty well. So that's something that I'll probably be focusing a little bit more on. And then especially if the price goes up to $3,700, it's going to be harder to pick up additional ounces of gold. It'll take longer to stack them, right? So anyway, I just want to give you guys a quick update. Let's see if we can check out some of the surfers here real quick. They just need to get on a wave. They're waiting for the perfect one, which is not going to come today. Okay, we got a guy paddling here. Let's see. Is he going to get it? What do you think? They missed it. You guys see that? They missed it. They missed the gold and silver wave. Ah! I don't know what they're waiting for. But they're already in their wetsuits because the water's freezing. It's always freezing here. But beautiful waves, beautiful beach. You can see down the coastline here. Look at that. So one thing I'm going to try to do a little bit more here, if I can, is get more different beaches in and different locations to chat with you guys at. And I'm going to try to find some different coin stores we can go to, as well as go back to Liberty Coin, and a lot of people have asked for that, so I'm going to try to do that too. And I guess the last thing that's kind of on my mind right now is, guys, look, we've got multiple wars going on right now that we're supposedly not involved in, but kind of involved in, and potentially a third one coming. So those tend to increase inflation and therefore prices for gold and silver. But we also have a situation with the Fed most likely going to raise rates again, maybe multiple times. And I would not rule out a rug pull where they raise it significantly up. I still think that can happen. So my recommendation is to hold cash. Have your emergency fund of anywhere from 2 weeks to 3 months of cash. And in my opinion, if you're able to go for 6 months, I would keep the other 6 months in precious metals, because it's an emergency fund. You don't plan on using it. And if you've got the means to do it, I think right now is a good time to hold cash in case we do have a rug pull or a situation where the rates do go up significantly and prices pull back. So it'd be good to have some of that too. Like always, I recommend getting yourself up to 100 ounces of silver. And then I like the idea of getting yourself up to 10 ounces of gold when you can. A lot of people have a ratio of what they want to do from gold to silver. I don't really have that. Gold and silver have different purposes for me. And so I go off of kind of the purpose. So for silver, it's to trade for food, or to trade for goods and services I need, or to sell for goods and services I need. Or barter, for that matter. So when I'm looking at silver, I'm really looking at my monthly expenses and how many months worth can I get. And so my goal has been to get myself to a year's worth of expenses with silver. Okay? Gold for me is a little different. I've used that as a storage of wealth and to, fight inflation. So for me, gold has a purpose more around being able to pay property taxes, being able to use it to make larger purchases, like if you need a car or you have a major problem with your car, things like that. And so for me, I also want to be able to have that insurance that gold brings for my portfolio. So I'm a little out of breath. I need to go do this more often. So with that said, what I'm really looking at is two different purposes of gold and silver for me. So I don't really follow a ratio of, for every ounce of gold I have so many ounces of silver. I don't really do that because I've got different purposes. So for me, eating and taking care of my daily needs is most important. So stack that silver first. I would start off with that 10 ounces, like I've mentioned, get to 20, then focus on getting to 100. If you can, getting up to 1,000 will really be a great number for you if you have the ability to do it. I think it's a great goal, and do not go into debt for it. But anyway, I think it's a good thing to do. And with gold, a lot of people are going for 100 ounces of gold. I don't know that you need that much. It depends on how much money you have to risk. That's at risk in the stock market, crypto market, in your house, in your cars. You know, how much of an insurance policy do you need? You don't need a massive insurance policy. But if you have a lot of extra wealth and you don't know where to put it, I think gold's a great place to put it. And also, if you're looking to store it somewhere until another investment time comes, it can be a good place too. Gold definitely is much more stable than silver, and way more stable than things like Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. So that's just some of my thoughts and opinions today I wanted to share with you guys. And until next time, peace out, guys. See you soon.